Hey guys, Travis here at the end of the mid-season playoffs, day one, and I'm joined by Psycho from Vulcan Command. After their huge upset against CLG, it's been a day of upsets. How did you feel going into this matchup? Did you guys think that you could pull out the win easy, or were you concerned? What was the thoughts?
I think for the most part the team was really confident, but me personally, I don't know, it was a little shaky because the scrims that we had yesterday weren't going as well as we wanted them to. But we were pretty confident, and yeah, that's about it.
So with the both GGU beating Dignitas, now you guys beating CLG, I think there's going to be a lot of discussion about like how much is this you guys getting better, how much is it those guys getting worse. So and if at all. So let me ask you for your opinion. What do you think? Do you guys think that you're just like you've skyrocketed past them now, or do you think that they've sort of stall out? Like, what are your thoughts on your guys' win?
I definitely think that it's us that who've improved like a lot. Like they didn't decline as a team or anything. Like together we just learned to be more clear with our calls, our communication, how to close out games, and like don't do that many risky plays, because in our wins like game 1 and 3, they just happened because we did well early game. Like instead of like trying to dive and like having it go horribly wrong. Whereas like for game 2, like when they had 3 top, like we lost a lot from that. Like I messed up, and then that messed up early game and just snowballed on us.
So that final game, it seemed like as you guys just sort of sieged their base for like the second half of the entire game, it just seemed like this slow surgical procedure with you up top and those guys pushing bot. So was that sort of stressful, or were you guys just sort of like, okay, we'll just sort of bide our time out here and grab barons and that kind of thing?
It was a mixture of both. Like it was definitely more stressful than it should have been. Like especially when I believe we made a really bad dive bot and
Yeah, Bloodwater like flash ultied when he didn't really need to.
okay, yeah, I had no idea what was going on because I was top, I was pushing, and all of a sudden they're diving, and I think we lost 3-0 there.
You
So
were just like, what the hell happened bottom, guys?
it was scary.
So tomorrow you guys versus TSM. Maybe actually Reggie doesn't care if I say this because he's Reggie, but at the end of that he was like, "All right, guys, time to prepare for Vulcan," and he was like, "Okay, we're good." So they seem pretty confident going up against you guys. What are your thoughts going up against them?
I mean, I'm not taking any hard feelings from that comment. They are 3-1 against us in the season, even though I do think we're pretty close, like in terms of skill. But they're really up there in terms of North America. As obviously they're number one. I think they finished off number one, and we have yet to prepare for them. But it shouldn't be that hard. We have played them 4 games already. We don't know what they've been playing lately, but it should be a fun match tomorrow.
So you guys have gotten a lot better. Obviously, you mentioned that it was sort of getting your communication down, but from a broader perspective, like what do you think has allowed you guys to go from the team that was there? There seems to be no more bottom four. That's what it seems you guys are proving. So how have you guys been able to do that?
Like in terms of improving our communication, it was like what Zuna mentioned earlier in an interview with Riot. It was we don't play with like we used to play with Mumble, and like when our coach is in the background trying to talk to us at the same time, we're all pushing our push to talk, so we just hear echoes constantly, and like the communication got so terrible. So like Bloodwater was suggested that we don't play with, or we just play with without the voice communication, like with our speakers, just yell, and like say like I'm on one end of the room and then Zuna's in the other end. I would really have to start like raising my voice, like making sure that my team hears the calls, uh, before like I move on to a different thought. Like I keep repeating, "Oh, Malphite missing," until someone confirms it, and that helped us a lot.
So how's that playing to like when you guys are actually here? Are you guys just yelling really loudly in the studio as well?
It's a little different. Obviously, Zuno's yelling louder than he does at home, but we do make sure that like we keep up that clarity when we do talk. We there's a good thing, or it's good that we have soundproof headsets and the mics are really good, so like you can't hear me echoing through everybody's. So yeah.
So you have CLG. You've knocked them down, and then a dig or GGU's knocked dig down. So, I'm just curious if you can comment on what your expectations are for CLG's performance in the promotion tournament, and then I know you didn't play them, but you watched those games, I'm sure. What do you think of will be Dig's performance in that tournament?
I think Diggs, their games would be a lot easier than everyone else's, or I guess against like CLG, Martin, or Complexities, all those teams. Not to hate on their bracket, but they do have there is a team that
They're
like
the highest seeded, right? So
yeah, I think they also had like there might be against a team that has two subs or has to find two subs. Like their bracket is definitely I think easier, but like for example for COGs they're gonna be either against One Trick Ponies, which was a contender last qualifiers for the
right,
LCS, or Azure Cats, which is with
GG's.
yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think Gigi's looking to take revenge against this team?
I'm yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know if there are any hard feelings or like any bad blood in their history, but it's just it's kind of like when the first time COG versus Curse, like when Curse was a quote unquote COG team,
Right.
which everyone would joke about. But like Curse is looking good now, and that's also a possibility for GG's team.
All right, so let's wrap up the interview. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there that are looking at you guys. Maybe some new fans you've earned today. So you have anything to say to fans or whoever else at the end of this?
Yeah. So shout outs to my family. For first thing is my brothers Darren and Ken, all of their friends, my cousins. Shout outs to Ali and Murdy, our sponsors, along with Nos and PWR Clothing. Shout outs to Christina, back home, classy girl, and what else? Oh, Ken, the coach, and of course all the other members of Vulcun.
Very good. Well, hey, congratulations on your win today. Best of luck against TSM tomorrow. It sounds like they feel pretty confident. So hopefully you guys can pull something out. For everyone, this is Travis on the end of day one of the LCS midseason playoffs. You can check out the rest of our coverage at gamespot.com/LCS.